I don't know if you had a chance to watch the US-Portugal game, but of course you have a lot of experience with the Portuguese team and Coach Quiroz as well. Did you watch the game? Your thoughts on it?
Well, I watched the second half. We had a staff meeting in our preparations for Bosnia, and our dinner time was at 8, and immediately after that I must have eaten like 2 seconds in order to catch the second half. But it was an exciting game. You know, I'm so proud of the United States national team and how far it's come. You know, in years in the past, it was just the shirts of the other team would beat the U.S. team. You can no longer just show up to play against the U.S. national team. You have to play, and you have to play at your best. So they've come a long way, and I'm very proud of that development.
Do you think people still underestimate the U.S.?
Well, if they do, they're making a terrible mistake. The U.S. now has a real combination of a lot of things that make them effective. You know, they have that American spirit, that never die attitude, which the world has always respected. And now they're combining that with some speed and strength, some tactical development, as well as players who are playing overseas and getting exposed to the speed of play. So I think when you combine all those things, there isn't a team now that doesn't respect the United States, and the team can compete with the teams at the top level.
You mentioned overseas, and there's this feeling from Jurgen Klinsmann that go, everyone go, try to push it as far as you can in Europe, and I think a lot of people would agree with that, but there seems to also be a sentiment from some people that maybe the chances aren't so forthcoming for Americans sometimes.
I think when players get an opportunity to step outside of their comfort zone and have international experiences at the highest levels can only improve their art and their skills. Anytime players can go abroad and experience football, experience soccer in real soccer cultures and environments where the game is lived every second, every minute, every day, every week of the year, I think that level of intensity is extremely important for a player's development. I was born in the United States, I'm American, I'm a Portuguese American, and the United States I owe a great deal to in my development. But most of that background was about the business of soccer. Whereas when I traveled overseas, it was about the business of winning. And I think it's really important that American players have the opportunity to go overseas and to learn what it means to compete every single day, to fight for your job every single day, to be penalized for a mistake or to be rewarded for something that they did special.
We don't have the same, long history with the game that a lot of these countries do. But how do you think the US and MLS and just the whole structure of soccer from the top down can bridge that gap?
I think MLS has done a good job. Recent examples are Bradley, Dempsey. I think those are good examples of players who are returning back to the MLS, and I'm sure that they're bringing an element of professionalism to the entire club atmosphere, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. So it's a delicate balance because you want MLS to evolve into a Premier League, and it's heading towards that direction. At the same time, you want your players to play at the highest competitive level. Coach Klinsmann has a responsibility, he has a duty to select the best possible players that he believes will represent the U.S. national team. And these are tough decisions. As coaches, the things that we struggle the most with is destroying a player's dream. When you have to send a player home, I don't think the fans can imagine how difficult it is for a coach to make those decisions and to live with those decisions. But I think we do that based on a lot of different factors, and above all, it's about what's best for the team. Team above individual has been the philosophy here with the Iran national team.
Last one for you here, Coach. You've had 3.5 years, you've built this project, you're now here in Sao Paulo playing in a World Cup. Do you think Iran is what you'll be doing a year from now? What do you think is going to happen?
Our profession is so unpredictable. I always wanted to go overseas, and I always wanted to be in real football cultures where the country is passionate about the game, where I can learn, grow, and develop. But my ultimate destiny, I believe, is to come back to my home, to come back to the United States of America. And not that I'm better or special, but I think that I'm unique in being an American, having that international experience in an arena where Americans are not so welcomed. And my goal is to come back home and to share that uniqueness that I can bring and hopefully develop a true American soccer culture. I believe that's my destiny. You can't imagine the challenges that this team has had, both from a resource, financial, visas, the restrictions that surround the team. It's amazing, it's a miracle that we qualified. And now that we're here, this is a team that truly has had to play against the world